This marks the first Wooting to HE update. Very excited to share what's going on. Finally, I hope you've been following the Wooting to Lekker edition updates in the meanwhile, because those are super relevant for the Wooting to HE. I already cover things like a demo of the rapid trigger, actuation point. I share about how we do scanning methods. I have a typing sound video. So it's really worth checking out those blog posts to get to know your keyboard a bit better and to also understand what we went through developing the keyboard. Because essentially the Wooting to HE is a black version of the Wooting to Lekker edition. If you read the last update of the Wooting to Lekker edition, then you know that we've completed mass production in January, which is great because that means that the doors are open for planning production for the Wooting to HE. So every time we had a Lekker edition delay, it would also delay the HE keyboard. But now it's full steam ahead and towards a Wooting to HE production. So in January, we already tried to complete as much as we could for the Wooting to HE, so we could run a production quickly after Chinese New Year. But because we had a few delays with the Lekker edition, it also delayed how far we could get with the Wooting to HE. On the good side though, we were able to do a lot on the packaging, which is basically finalized now. We're able to make our first blister sample for the keycaps, which are separated from the keyboards. Which is almost final. We just need to work on the closing mechanism. We were also able to verify the Wooting to H PCBA. We made some minor changes compared to the Lekker edition. One of those changes is the Hall effect sensor. We flipped it around so we can remove a bunch of other components from the PCBA and save a bunch of cost. It has zero impact on performance, and it was just something that was not an option for us before, but became an option later on. Now that we were able to verify the PCBA, we were able to work towards an engineering validation test, or EVT in short. This is basically the moment where we assemble a couple of keyboards together with the final PCBA, bottom case, plate, etc. And then we focus on the function of the keyboard and see if there's any problems. This should just go smoothly and there should be no problem at all, since it will have the exact same performance as the Wooting to Lekker edition. There's no significant or real changes in between, but we ran into an issue after Chinese New Year. The top plate vendor we've been working with that was working on making the plate now a bit more flush with the bottom case for the HE production, he basically decided to quit. There's a bunch of reasons for it, but it came down to that he recommended us to move the mold to a different vendor and that he would not be able to do a production for the next month or so. So we didn't hesitate too long. We decided, okay, let's move the mold. We made a plan together with our assembly manufacturer what to do with the mold, to which vendor to move it, and how we're still going to solve this, like making the plate more flush with the bottom case. The plan is in motion right now. It's not complete yet. I don't know what's going to happen yet. You never know these kind of things. I hate to work on the mold tooling stuff. But we're going to find out quickly if it's going to have any impact on the schedule. I think for now it will not have a major impact, but as soon as we can establish the status of the mold and how we want to maybe change it to make an improvement, that will really decide if it will have an impact on the schedule. Speaking of the schedule, we already know there's going to be a new schedule. We initially thought we would be able to do the shipments in May, so not in April anymore. The production would happen in April, but this was something that we planned before Chinese New Year with a lot of insecure stuff, incomplete information that we don't know for sure until after Chinese New Year, which is now. Didn't expect that to be the top plate vendor. Thought it would be more like labor purchasing type of issues, but we'll see what the impact is going to be. I don't want to change the schedule until we have complete information on the mold. I will confirm that April will not continue. April shipment will not continue. We cannot do that anymore, which really sucks. But I do have to also emphasize is that for this first production, for the batch 1 production, we only have 250 keyboards left, about. And once those 250 keyboards sell out, we will have no more stock for batch 1, and it will any kind of next order needs to wait until batch 2, which is a production that happens in June. There's a very good chance that there's going to be a 3-month gap between the delivery of batch 1 and the delivery of batch 2. So anybody that was still deciding on getting an HE or not, it's better to get it now than later. We are not able to produce a bigger quantity with batch 1. We're not able to produce batch 2 any earlier than what is planned right now, and that's purely just because there's super long lead times on a lot of components. Like purchasing components takes a long time right now, and we're just not able to get, for example, the sensors much faster than we could, and we planned these productions like 6 months ahead of time. So welcome to 2021. That was the update for now. I will have a written update coming as soon as we have complete information, and I hope you feel informed. See you in the next update.